This is Hey Heart 143 with Natalie Tavidian. 143 means I love you. Together we're learning to love ourselves and stay in love no matter what life throws at us. We are constantly evolving, changing, growing emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And we have to remember to check in with our own heart as we're propelled forward. When you love your own heart, you heal better, you do better, and you live a more fulfilled life. Happy Friday, everyone. How are you doing today? Have you checked in with your heart? Have you told your own heart, 143, I love you? I wanted to release this bonus episode for a couple of reasons. One, every month, I'm going to release a to-do list. Little things like drinking more water or getting new pillowcase sheets so you could sleep differently at night and exercising and things like that. So I'll tell you this month's to-do list later on. And I wanted to talk a little bit about just how July has been going, eclipse season, and then ended with your to-do list. I'm going to keep this very short. So first off, it's real talk, it's been rough. It's been a really, really difficult month for me because I've been going through my own healing with my own past, and my grandpa passed away on July 1st. And you know, the most difficult part is seeing grandma hurting. My grandparents were married for 65 years. They were each other's best friend, together every day of their lives. 4 children, 10 grandchildren, and his loss was very, very sudden. And my grandpa was never an old man. You would have never called him an old man. He never wanted to be an old man. He always said that he feared being bedridden. He feared being sick. He took care of himself so well. He was constantly going to doctor's visits. He had a stroke, and it was very, very sudden. It just took him. But if I think of this from his standpoint, if Grandpa were to choose a way to go, it would have been like this. It wouldn't have been any mornings. He was having a totally normal day. Everything was going well. And that was it. It was just, that was his last day. And he was on life support for a couple of days, and then we didn't have to make the call. He naturally passed on July 1st. It's been very hard to be that rock for my family, to be there for grandma, to carry on with my own healing. I've really felt like I've been drowning and trying to stay above water, sort of like when you're in the ocean and you keep trying to swim up and a wave keeps crashing over you. So, real talk, it's been very, very, very difficult. It's been heartbreaking. I can't believe it though, because at the funeral I was able to put together a beautiful video about my grandfather, and I was able to get up there and give a 10-minute speech honoring his life and carrying on his legacy, because he was such a beautiful human and such a beautiful soul. And I feel like I did a great job keeping that legacy going. So very briefly, I actually prayed so much the night before, and I prayed that he comes and stands right next to me and gives me the strength to be able to tell his stories. And I told his stories about what a romantic he was, and the days that he'd court my grandmother and the lessons that he taught us. And I think the cutest story is I started out by talking about how about 2 years ago, when he went to the hospital, he sat there and he goes, "How much do you think these nurses make?" And I said, "I don't know, Grandpa, why?" And he goes, "This looks like a really tough job. Like, I hope they're really rewarded for this. And I hope they could take care of their families because they deserve it." And then he went into his wallet and he tried to tip a nurse. It was the cutest thing I've seen in my life. And the nurse, of course, was like, "No, no, no, I can't take this. Like, that's not what people do." And Grandpa was like, "Come on, take it." And I told this story because that's who he was. He was so caring. Just, that's who he is to his core. And now I have an angel watching over me. And with my own healing, it's, on top of just moving forward, I feel like I've been doing very well, but we don't heal in a linear way. There is no clear cut, "This is how humans do it. I'm fine now. That's it. I can move on." I mean, I might spend my entire life healing from my past, and that's okay. It's better than wishing that I heal from it. Actually, one of my favorite authors wrote that in her words. Najwa Zebian, she's a beautiful writer. And I don't have her book by me, but she writes, some people spend their whole lives healing and others wanting to heal, something along those lines. So on top of that healing and the eclipse season, you're not in this alone. I've been getting so many messages because I've been posting some stuff about, is it just me? Is it me feeling like I'm drowning? What is going on? And I'm in no way an astrologist, but on the 16th, so a couple days ago, there was the eclipse, and that energy lingers. And a partial lunar eclipse, according to NASA, happens when the moon enters the Earth's shadow. And this, spiritually speaking, for me, I'm speaking on just myself, it triggered a lot. Like the last 2 days, I've been very, very angry just at myself. Just like, Nat, how could you have made these choices that you made? How could you have done this to your family and to yourself and not have seen, my past for what it was? Like, how did I choose the partner that I wanted to be in my life forever? How did I do this? Like, how did I make this choice? And for me, this is what's been coming up during the eclipse. And it's not just me. A lot of people are releasing a lot. And if you go online and you read about the energy, you'll see that it is a time of transformation, and it's okay that these feelings are coming up. You're supposed to release them. You're supposed to change from it. You're supposed to make necessary life changes. So 143 to my own heart, I'm trying to forgive myself and see my past for all the lessons that it brought, because I do feel like I have become a wiser person. And you are not alone. This is a collective. I've been getting so many messages from people saying, "Yep, same here." I'm struggling with something. There's a lot of just crap coming up. But really, love your own heart and stay strong. We're all going to get through this season. So I know it's the middle of the month, so if you can't get to all these to-dos, let it linger on through next month or the one after. But here's what I have for the month of July. So a to-do list, 5 items. Number 1, drink more water. So just consciously remind yourself to drink more water throughout the day. Eat healthier. Make 1 or 2 changes. Let me know what they are. I would love to know. Learn to say no. This is something that I need to work on, so I have it on our July to-do list. And 2 vacation ideas. 1, plan a mini getaway. So you don't need to take weeks off for you to feel like you've hit the reset button. So plan a mini getaway, maybe just one night or one weekend, and then plan a staycation, a spa day, a day to just veg out in your home, something like that. So add this to your to-do list and let me know how all that makes you feel. And that's it. Happy Friday. Love your own heart. 143 means I love you. Thank you for spending some time with me today.